Greek mythology, Prometheus was punished for giving fire to man. His punishment was that an eagle would eat his liver during the day, and overnight, his liver would regrow. There are two implications for this mythology. The first, it is possible that the ancient Greeks knew that the liver was an organ that could regenerate. Another implication was that the ancient Greeks were highly prophetic, talking about what is happening in the Middle East today. When you look towards what is happening in the Middle East today, Benjamin Netanyahu was able to form a coalition government in Israel after 3 tries to do so. However, just following his coalition government formation, we must look towards the Reuters of April 1st, 2009, which reports that Avigdor Lieberman, his foreign minister, came out making a very powerful statement that the new Netanyahu government is not bound by the 2007 US peace talks between Israel and Palestine. Since the 1940s, every single US president has tried to create Middle East peace. Seeing that there is a new Obama administration in the United States and a new Netanyahu administration in Israel, we are looking at a critical juncture for Middle East peace. It is at this time we must ask ourselves the crucial question: does the new Netanyahu coalition in Israel create a new stumbling block for the Obama administration's path towards Middle East peace? And the answer for this question is yes. We can answer this question by looking at 2 key reasons. First, that extremist views will hinder it. And second, weak propositions made by Netanyahu. Initially, we must understand that Netanyahu is the leader of an extreme right-wing Likud party in Israel, and this will have serious implications on Middle East peace. In order to better understand this, we must look at 2 key areas. First, views on security, and second, how the elections have played out in creating their government. But first, we must look towards the extreme right-wing party, Likud party's views on security within the country. The Associated Press of April 1st, 2009 reports that Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel's security is of primary importance. What this means is that the Likud party, or Netanyahu's administration, will not compromise on security for any reason at all, throwing out any possible negotiations or peace talk. This is further compounded by the problem. This problem is further compounded when you look towards the New York Times of April 1st, 2009, which talks about Netanyahu's views on a radical Islamist nation, which is a possible nuclear threat. It's also known as Iran. What we are talking about here is that Netanyahu's party, as well as his administration, has extreme views on Palestine, as well as Iran, closing down possible talks for negotiation and peace talks, pushing Middle East peace further away. But it's not just security that is the issue. Another issue which comes to mind is that of how the elections have played out in Netanyahu creating his coalition party. The BBC of April 1st, 2009 reports that the Kadima party is a very strong opposition in Israel. This means that Netanyahu's party cannot afford to make any mistakes. Mistakes in the Middle East mean standing down to another country. In other words, the presence of a very strong Kadima opposition means that Netanyahu will have to take a hard stance when it comes to peace. Another issue is that the International Herald Tribune of April 1st, 2009 explains that the Knesset right now is split into numerous factions. The parliament, also known as Knesset in Israel, is now split into various factions because it took Netanyahu 3 tries to form this coalition. Numerous leaders are holding grudges against each other, which means that right now, Netanyahu has to play it safe. And playing it safe means no peace, but a hard stance. Clearly, Netanyahu's extreme right views will act as a stumbling block, both because of his views on security as well as how the elections have played out. But what we must also understand is that his party and his government are making very weak propositions towards this Middle East peace. The view on Middle East, we can understand this by first looking towards his views on Middle East peace, as well as understanding the role played by Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman. Initially, we must look towards the Netanyahu's administration on Middle East peace. When the Obama administration is trying to go ahead and propagate a new Middle East peace, Netanyahu's administration views seem to be highly contradictory to it. The Los Angeles Times of April 1st, 2009 reports that in order for Israel to sit down with the US and be able to go ahead talk about a peace talk with Palestine, Netanyahu says Palestinians must be able to govern themselves first. This means that he does not recognize Hamas's role in the region. Another issue is the Telegraph of April 1st, 2009 reporting that Netanyahu's priorities are the economy, security, followed by political peace. Clearly, Netanyahu's views on the Middle East mean that right now, no matter how much the Obama administration tries, the weak propositions or weak steps taken by Netanyahu's party will push away Middle East peace talks. But also we must understand the role played by Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman. The AFP of April 2nd, 2009 reports that Avigdor Lieberman, leader of the Labour Party, was a crucial addition for Netanyahu to form the coalition majority coalition majority within the Knesset. This means that Lieberman has a very powerful role to play in it. However, the article explains that Lieberman was the one who came out making a statement that the US peace talks will not hold anymore. This followed comments made by Ban Ki-moon asking for Israel to come into peace talks. With such a powerful person taking a strong stance, Netanyahu's administration will act as a stumbling block towards Middle East peace. When we ask ourselves the question, does a new Netanyahu coalition in Israel create a new stumbling block for the Obama administration's path toward Middle East peace? The answer is yes, both because of extreme right views as well as the weak propositions made by this government. When you look towards what Prometheus did, he started the problem all over again every morning. Netanyahu's administration is doing the same for President Obama.